Hello everybody, welcome to your weekly messages for March 19th to the 25th. Okay, people are hopping on still, and I'm in more of an oracle card mood today, in all honesty. So I'm going to be using more of those, but I'm still pulling tarot cards and everything, so I hope that you enjoy it. I have a new deck to play with for you guys, and so I'm just gonna lay the base down right now. I hope you guys are having a good week. I also hope that the new moon wasn't too bad for you. I know that some people got hit really hard with that new moon. Okay. I'm just setting the intention for the week. I'm not asking like specific questions. I'm just guessing that this is going to come together and make sense as I start to pull them. So that's kind of how I'm rolling with this today. And then we'll do some card picks and all of that stuff. So hello. Hi, Erica. Thanks for hopping on, everybody. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know how your week is going. Okay. Oh, and then also, I'll make sure to post the link for this little guy. I got a demo deck, so this is on pre-sale right now. You can order through the Indiegogo campaign and all of that stuff. So I'll post all of the info. And then after this, I'm going to be doing, or I'll be recording one of the, I'm going to be doing a review on it. So that'll be on YouTube, but just so you guys know. Okay. So I used this deck last week. I really like them. So I will pull a few of these for today. Power. I am strong, I am grounded, I am powerful, I am like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I'm like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong and it doesn't need to do anything but be. Okay, so that's the first thing we have coming through. So staying present is going to be a big theme of the week, making sure that you're staying in your body. A lot of people forget how important that is. You don't want to like eject and shoot up into the astral. We want to stay grounded as much as you can. Okay, we also have ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what make things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. Okay, so I like that one a lot, actually. I like these cards too. I think they're cute. They're funny. So I'm all about having a sense of humor with tarot decks. Okay, one more. Spontaneity. Do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes. So buckle up, Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hours hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think possible and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind karaoke singer's mullet. Okay? So that is what we have coming through. I'm going to save the relationship deck until the end because they're the same, but they're for relationships. So I'll do that after. And so let me go ahead and get started with what's the central energy. We have the Daughter of Swords. So this is equivalent to the Page of Swords. So this week is all about using your ability to see what comes next. What I mean by that is you can't really plan, right? So it's kind of like if you plan, I was just talking about this with a friend yesterday. You can make plans, but it's kind of like there's a good chance that you're going to run into hiccups, speed bumps, turbulence. Things are going to slip through your fingers. It's not all going to come together exactly the way you want it to. And so you can have a general idea, but there's no way to map out the how exactly. It's like when you're reaching goals, that's great. You can set those, but be open and be open to spontaneity, flexibility, and being adaptable. That's really where you are able to create magic for yourself and make things happen, but you have to be open to creating spaces for yourself, if that makes sense. Okay. Then we also have the Fool. So setting off, doing things differently, making a change in some regard is going to be really beneficial. So this is something that you've probably already wanted to do, that you're kind of starting the week off on a new on a new foot. This is also like we're bringing Pisces season to an end and we're transitioning into Aries. So that's like the initiation, the I am period. That's the season of really embracing who you are and kind of waking up. Aries is about really introducing that fire. So we've, seen the depths and the darkness with Pisces, and now we're waking up. Okay, and then we also have the Six of Pentacles. So this is make sure that you are figuring out ways to really practice generosity, and the things that you would like to see more of are the things that you want to give a little bit, that you want to come from a state of abundance. And the more that you can do that, the more that you're going to be able to receive. Then we have the Hermit, big cards coming up. Okay, so the Hermit is making sure that you're staying introspective. I am relating this more to being grounded, like how I pulled the Power card. So this is more, this has more to do with you being able to stay present and staying still and not future tensing too much. Again, letting go of the how and focusing more on like, what are you looking to cultivate? That's the more important question than how are you going to get there. You can set guidelines, like I said, but this is showing you that it's okay to stay present right now. And then we also have the Two of Swords, and this is you not knowing what comes next. It's like you're not going to be able to map out everything, and that's really what this reading is all about, is going with the flow, being able to open yourself up. And, with the reference here to the third eye is what makes me think that this is really about just starting a new leaf, like seeing it without attaching so much to the outcome or, setting firm expectations on what you want to see transpire in what timing. This is just about doing the work day to day. You can take action, you can do things to help yourself, but it's like letting go of the controlling energy is going to be the biggest support. And then we also have Light. So trusting that things are going to work out in your favor, that things are conspiring for you, not against you. I know that I struggle with that sometimes, so we can all use more of focusing on the light rather than the potential that things aren't going to work out. The idea of rejection and things not coming your way, you can look at that as if you're being spared more than anything else. Okay, and then we also have White Light. Okay, lots of light. I would say now this is looking like go outside. Get as much light as you possibly can. That is also going to help you open up to abundance as well. People forget, if you're shutting yourself in, if you're keeping yourself in one room or one box, your headspace can actually mimic that, and it can make you feel like your world is really small. If you're getting out as much as possible, then that's going to help you loosen that up, and you're going to be able to see the potential avenues and different possibilities that are coming your way. Okay, now I'm going to pull the other cards. We have, these are all going to be upside down, by the way, because I just realized that. Okay, the Moon. Rolling through the confusion, especially because we do have the transition. Again, like I said, shifting from Pisces to Aries means that there is going to feel, it is going to feel a little bit elusive. It's not going to make 100% sense. It's a time where it's okay to rest a little bit more than usual if you're feeling fatigued or if you're feeling tired. So remember that. Get out when you can. You want to make sure you're diving into that exposure whenever possible, but then it's also listen to when you're feeling lightheaded or you're feeling a little bit confused. You know, we have Mercury retrograde. I don't remember which date. I think it's the 22nd that it goes retrograde until like April 14th. I believe those are the dates, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So we have that coming up as well, which can also contribute to that confusion. So I would get things done, especially when it comes to communication, before the 22nd or whenever it stations retrograde. Okay, and then we also have the Five of Cups. I'm going to pull a clarifier for this. No, I want to use one of these oracle cards to clarify this. It's like, I don't want to talk about it until I have the information, because I'm like, there's something about this that I'm missing. Resistance. Yep, more control coming through. So the Five of Cups is manifesting this week because you really, really are holding tight to this is the way I want it to be. This is the exact thing that I need to happen in order to feel satisfied. And so the faster you can loosen that up, the faster you can be in a state of acceptance within yourself, you're going to be able to avoid this. This is only a consequence of feeling like this has to happen. This has to happen. If you're looking at it from a black and white perspective, it's going to make it very challenging. And if you're experiencing resistance internally, that is what you will see. That is the lens that you are going to see the world through, and that is what will, that's what it will look like. It may not even be reality, but that's how it's going to appear to you. So remember that. Then we have the Four of Rods. I like seeing this because it's showing you that things are coming together. The Four of Rods is, okay, things are taking place, things are happening, things are building, and, they're growing. It's just a matter of you really opening yourself up to the possibility of that being. This is a result of you loosening up and practicing that acceptance. And then we have soul suffering. Remember, all of the things that you've been through are building up to this moment when things are able to come together. That's part of the deal. Of course, it's not preferable, but that really is what's happening. It's all of the turbulence, the issues, the problems that you've endured. You're working up to something. Now, if you would like to resist that, then that is what you'll be met with. So I'm seeing this as like, I never tell anybody, just look at the silver lining. That doesn't always work. Sometimes we have to sit in the dark for a while, and that's okay. But what I am reminding you is that if you are able to get yourself to a point where you can see that, little by little, you've been chipping away at these things, and you've been doing the work, and you've been, fighting through things, and you've come so far, then you are going to see the bigger picture, and you might be able to get to the point where you can see why things have panned out the way they did, and why things are happening in the manner that they are for yourself. It's not advice that I generally give, because when you hear that, it's not really going to resonate. But if you're able to do that for yourself, then you can make sense of this. You can make sense of the resistance. You can make sense of the control. You can make sense of all that. And as soon as you feel that within your body, it's going to release. And so it's easier said than done. But I'm just reminding you that it is possible to get yourself there if you'd like to. If you're not there yet, that's okay too. Okay, and then I have the Mother of Swords. This is the Queen of Swords. And we have lots of air in this reading. Swords, swords, swords. So it's really about ideas. How are you thinking? Look at what type of perspective you're holding this week, because that's going to make or break this week. It's kind of like you really have to focus on your internal dialogue, and even how are you receiving people? How are you hearing the words that are coming out of other people's mouths? When somebody talks to you, are you hearing it as an attack or an insult? Or are you seeing it from a state of, oh, they really care about me. That's, maybe why they said it that way, or why they were so forceful. There's a million options, and you really want to put your assumptions on hold and look at other possibilities first before you jump to any conclusions, or until you hear it from the person themselves. And then we have instincts. Okay, yep. So that's not always something that you want to follow. People forget that. It's like, oh, trust your gut. I do not recommend that at first. Sometimes our gut instincts are actually a knee-jerk reaction from a state of dysfunction that we've been in for a long time. So I'm not going to tell you trust your gut unless you can fully see through the baggage and turmoil that you've endured. And until you're able to do that, I would say maybe pump the brakes on those thoughts or those instincts, because they might not be tuned into the vibration that you really want to be radiating. Okay, so I'm going to do these. These are relationship cards. They're like these cute cards with the affirmations and stuff, but they're more geared towards love relationships, manifesting partnership. So I'm going to pull 3. You can pick or just listen to all 3. They might resonate, all of them. Okay, so first we have compliments. I know how good it feels to get a compliment, so I give that gift to others. I'll find a nice compliment for everyone I interact with today, even if I have to think really hard about it, in which case I can follow up by complimenting myself for solving such a compliment puzzle. Wow, I'm skilled. Okay, so this is really about watching criticism of self and others. Compliments are one of the best ways to kind of navigate that. And when you lead with appreciation, that is what you're going to get back. Unless you're dealing with someone particularly toxic, most of the time people are going to receive it well, and you're going to act as a mirror for them through that behavior. So keep that in mind. Okay, card number 2, my best self. I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of myself, the right sorts of relationships will appear in my life. That means I can let go of my worries about the future, knowing that my only job is to be happy in this moment, while simultaneously attending a cosmic level of enlightened awareness and total psychological self-actualization. Okay, you don't have to work that hard for it, though, I promise. Okay, and then card number 3, we have harmony. I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy, breezy things are rarely punctual. Timing with this one. If you feel like timing is a big issue or obstacle, that's okay. It's like, be patient. Sometimes things take time to build, so just remember that. Okay, and let's see what else is coming through. I'm going to pick some of the Sovereign Oracle, this little guy. And again, I'll post the link if you want to support the Indiegogo for it. Okay, so first we have resources. The time has come to look outside yourself. Trust that all you need to make it possible is on its way to you. Lay the bricks that will create the path to your destination. Okay, so possibly going into, how do I put this? Like whatever you want, make sure you're working on recruitment. That's going to be a big thing for you this week. So make sure that you're trusting that you're able to recruit the things that you need. Or asking for them more so. Decoy, look for the true culprit. Self-sabotage may be at work. Evaluate if it's something you really need to do or if it's a tempting distraction. Okay, also what I want to mention about this is when I saw the Queen of Swords, remember how I was telling you, watch your knee-jerk reaction, your instincts, whatever are coming up immediately for you. Look for the actual culprit. I would check yourself this week. Don't just lead with your immediate reaction. Take a step back, take a breath, and make sure you're hearing it correctly. I would also bounce it off of different people first before you move forward. Okay, then we also have sensuality. Try a tactile approach, cultivate the tingle, follow suppleness and attraction, honor the Kundalini energy underlying the work, release any shame and feeling the thrill. Okay, so that's a good one. I would also, this is looking like making sure you're moving your body. I know that that becomes really important during Aries season as well. So make sure that you are doing that whenever possible. And remember, getting out of a tiny box can be really beneficial for you this week. And then we also have recreate. Take a break. It will be there when you return. Try a fresh start. The results might surprise you. Genius requires action and rest to be made manifest. Okay, so again, take a step back. Connect with yourself. Rethink things. You know, just kind of like take your time with all of that so that you can get the full picture of what's going on. So it's just really, really driving that message home for you. I'll pick one more of these. These are fun. And only one of the, think about, you know, maybe one of the sentences resonates more than others. Reflection, take time for deep thoughts and notice the ripples you create. Softly mirror your truth to the world as you discover it. You're coming into a place of new awareness, not activating old traumas and old baggage. That's what you want to avoid or look at. I shouldn't say you don't want to stuff it in the closet, but you do want to be skeptical with yourself when it comes to reactions that are coming from like old relationships and old things that you've had to deal with. So it's time for new, it's time to explore, it's time to really hold a vision for yourself while simultaneously, you know, letting go of how it's going to manifest for you. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed today's reading. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And make sure you drop a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a wonderful time. So good luck at the Mercury retrograde. You know, take care of yourself, get lots of rest, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.